Pet peeves. Do you know what those are in English? Well, if you don't, you will by the end of this lesson. And we are going to talk about 10 common pet peeves. First, let's talk about what a pet peeve is. It's just a little thing that annoys you, or bothers you, or bugs you, but it might not bother anybody else. So in this English lesson, we are going to talk about those 10 common pet peeves. I will be interested to know if you have the same pet peeves, like chewing loudly. When you hear other people chewing loudly, that might make you upset. That might bother you. So it's snowing here, as you can tell. Not a great environment in which to teach English. So I'm going to go downstairs. If that sounds interesting to you, please go ahead, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if this is your first time here, and let's get ready to improve your English. Okay, let's do this. Are you ready to talk about 10 pet peeves? Little things that bother you. The first one is chewing loudly. Chewing loudly. I must admit, when I eat popcorn, I start off just taking one kernel at a time, but by the end of the bag, I am just shoveling the popcorn into my mouth. I can't help it, but I would like to think that I chew with my mouth closed. Chewing loudly, that is when someone eats with loud mouth noises. We might also call it smacking. Take a look at this picture. There is a father. We'll get rid of the sentence. There is a father. He has a whole bowl of popcorn. He is just shoveling it into his mouth. It looks like his family is trying to watch a soccer game, and maybe they asked him, "Hey, Dad, you got to go. You need to leave the couch because you are eating way too loud. You are chewing loudly." My father always chews loudly when he eats popcorn. The next one, I think everybody hates this one, right? People cutting in line. Now, in British English, you might hear the Q, but this is not British English. This is American English. So we say cutting in line, or you might hear the verb skipping the line. Let's get the official definition. That is when someone skips the line instead of waiting. Take a look at the picture. There is a whole lot of people standing in line for something, and it looks like this man tries to cut, but this woman is not letting him do that. I was waiting in line for my tickets when someone cut in front of me. All right, you see that little QR code right up there? If you want to take your English to the next level with a speaking partner, I can be that speaking partner. Click on that QR code, and there you will find a link that will give you more information. You can schedule a 30-minute conversation with me or a 60-minute conversation. I can record the conversation and then send it to you after. Don't forget, use Winter15 at checkout for 15% off your conversation. As I get older, I worry that I am becoming the problem. Slow walkers. That is a pet peeve for a lot of people. Maybe you are in a hurry. Maybe you are at the airport and you need to catch a flight, and somebody in front of you is walking very slowly. Slow walkers, people who walk very slowly in busy places. This poor man, he's older, he's walking with a cane. At least he is standing off to the side of the escalator. It's really bad when a slow walker is right in the middle of the escalator. But this can happen at malls, airports, busy cities. Let's read a sentence that uses slow walkers. Slow walkers are a common pet peeve in malls and airports. What about this one? Does this upset you, or are you guilty of this? Leaving dirty dishes in the sink, not washing them when you are finished eating. Here is the official definition: not washing dishes right away. And I think this picture will really help a lot of us This woman looks like she has come home from work. Her kids are sitting on the couch. Their phones are in their faces. And look at all of the dirty dishes in the sink. For some people, dirty dishes are a huge pet peeve. Nobody likes this. Nobody likes this. Interrupting someone. That means you're talking and then the other person talks even though you're still talking. That is called interrupting in English. The official definition: talking before the other person finishes. The other person finishes. Let's make this a little bigger. Maybe boyfriend, girlfriend, maybe husband, wife. But I bet it's the man. I bet he keeps talking over her. That's another way to say interrupting. And she has had enough. Being interrupted is a big pet peeve for many students. Yeah, let's say you're in a classroom and you're trying to answer the question, but then another student answers it for you. They interrupt you. Well, guess what? If you sign up for a private one on one conversation, you don't have to worry about anybody interrupting you. Well, I guess the only person would be me. And I promise I will not interrupt you. I like letting the person speak more because they need the practice. Loud phone conversations in public. This is a big pet peeve for a lot of people. We don't want to hear your conversation, so try to speak a little quieter. Here's the official definition: talking very loudly on the phone in public. Public, that's where other people are. Private would be your own home. Not everybody can go into your home unless you invite them. So here we have a man on the phone, on a bus, the woman sitting next to him. Even though she has headphones on, she still looks annoyed. She still looks peeved. That's a verb you can use for being annoyed. That's where pet peeve comes from. And the man in the back, like he's covering his head because this guy is so loud. Loud phone calls on the bus are a common pet peeve. Now, I'm not sure if you have a car or not, but if you do, people not using their turn signals, or we might call them blinkers in English, that can be really annoying. That can really bother you. So here's the official definition for people not using turn signals: drivers who don't signal when they turn. They don't use blinkers. Here's a sentence: not using a turn signal annoys many drivers. And guess what? It's not only annoying, it can be dangerous. If the person behind you doesn't know you are slowing down to turn, they could rear end you. It's another way to say they run into the back of your car. Oh boy. This is a big pet peeve for a lot of women. It's when people leave the toilet seat up, not putting the seat down after using the bathroom. And of course, it is going to be the guys who are guilty of this. Many wives get upset when their husbands leave the toilet seat up after using the bathroom. I will admit, my wife, Jamie, has trained me well. I always put the seat down after I use the bathroom. But sometimes, I must admit, I do this, clicking the pen over and over again. I don't have my pen with me, but you can see that in the picture. Take a pen, click, click. Maybe I can add a sound right now. Hey, I play the drums and I'm always tapping, I'm always clicking. I know it is a pet peeve for many people around me. People have told me so. So I try not to do it, but sometimes I am guilty. Clicking a pin over and over. That is when someone keeps pressing a pin button. Here's something I think that everybody hates: slow internet. When web pages or videos won't load quickly. Look, this family is sitting down to watch a movie, but maybe there's some weather. Maybe there's a storm. Maybe there's a lot of wind. The internet is too slow to watch the movie. We could not watch the movie because the internet was too slow. Congratulations, you made it to the end of another, what I hope was a fun English lesson, but at the same time, you improved your English just a little bit. If you want to have a conversation with me, don't forget, use fall 15 for 15% off. And if you're looking for another English lesson, right down there is something YouTube thinks you're going to like. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.